back for another episode of Make It Yours. Today we are making potato salad, not your regular potato salad. This potato salad is packed with fresh herbs. It is super healthy and it's a crispy potato salad. So we're not just boiling potatoes, mashing it. We're not even using mayonnaise. We're not using boiled eggs. This is a crispy potato salad. So we're taking our classic soul food twist and we're actually gonna put some extra sauce on it. We had to make the potatoes. So basically this is what we did to make the potatoes. We are going to add some arugula. We're gonna add a good amount of that. We're also gonna add some kale. A good amount of both. And just chop these down until they're nothing. This is our full bowl. Once we chop this up, it's gonna be little bitty pieces of kale and arugula. Very fine, as you can see. The next thing we're going to add in is more greens, but this time herbs. So this is a mix of herbs: thyme, oregano, sage, and rosemary. Actually, there's no oregano. There is no oregano. I thought it was oregano, but it's just small sage. Make sure not to get any stems inside of your bowl. For the rosemary, I'm also just gonna actually use my hands for this. I just feel like it's a lot easier than chopping it up. And plus, When you pinch fresh herbs in your fingers, those essential oils are so fresh and fragrant. It's like, ooh, smells so good. Now, rosemary essential oil actually has a lot of great benefits for your brain, for memory enhancement, for cognition, for muscle relaxation as well. This is very much a fresh tasting potato salad. And just like what we're doing with our sauce, which I'm gonna show you the sauce after we assemble all of this, we're not gonna use mayonnaise. Now, there's nothing really wrong with mayonnaise. I do think it's better if you make it at home because you can control the types of eggs that you use, because you don't know what types of eggs they're using. You know the way that they're farming these animals and these chickens and getting the eggs, and they're all trapped in cages. Hellmann's is probably not going to be using pasture-raised eggs. It would cost them a lot of money. But if you make mayonnaise at home, you can. But today we're not even using mayonnaise, okay? For our sage, I'm going to just pluck off the small leaves first And I'm gonna start, move this over so I can see kind of what I'm doing. Placing the bigger leaves stacked on top of each other, all facing the same direction. Okay. This is gonna make, it's gonna make it so easy for us to chop it up. Again, any small leaves, I don't have to really chop those up. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them in our salad. If they're medium, like these, it's like 3 leaves in one. These are kind of medium, so I'm gonna add those to the chopping pile. If you see, this has a bunch of small leaves, and I'm not gonna add those to the big pile. I'm just gonna pluck them off. You can kind of just make up your own way to chop these up, but I'm gonna, whoa, excuse me. I'm gonna chop them up like this. Make sure I'm cutting all the way through to the bottom. And then I'm gonna turn them and chop them. Listen to that satisfying crunch. Ooh, so good. Now we go ahead and sprinkle all of that in. We need some good crunch in this salad. For your crunch, you can use celery, you can use carrots. I probably wouldn't use carrots, TBH, for this, just because I wouldn't want the taste of carrots in my potato salad. If you love the taste of it, go ahead. Any crunchy vegetable, feel free to use. I'm just finely chopping this. This is our bell peppers, herbs, and greens. I'm gonna add the last bit of bell pepper into the bowl. Boom. I'm gonna cut this in half like that. Then actually, oh jeez Louise, I'm gonna go ahead and slice it like this, really thin. Now that the torture's over, I'm gonna add in the onion. Right. We want this to be very pickly. In fact, I'm probably gonna use the rest of this jar of pickles. In fact, I'm gonna use the same type of, oh, should I add in bay leaf and garlic too? That might be good. I'm gonna add in this garlic. I'm just throw that in there. Ooh. Use the same kind of stacking method as before when I was cutting up the sage. A little pickle can go in. And I'm actually gonna use a little bit of this pickle liquid for the sauce. So I'm just gonna slice down and kind of get these pickle shreds. Now, that is satisfying. So what if you get a bite at a big pickle? A big bite of pickle. Alright. We want pickle. We want it pickle, 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 pickle. Alright. I'm not the best at that. However, in my head, I feel like I'm really good at it. It is time for the sauce. We are going to get some zest off this lemon. Ooh. Not too much on the white part. Now we are going to juice the lemon. Get that juice. Since I'm adding in the pickling liquid, I'm gonna do half of this lemon and adjust. What we're using for our sauce instead of mayo is coconut yogurt. This is Purina plain and simple coconut yogurt. I really like this yogurt because it is thick. Like, this is basically a sour cream replacement. If you wanted to use it as sour cream, say in a taco or something like that, you definitely could. Whoa. I'm gonna use a decent amount of this because there's a lot of greens and a lot of potato. And we do like a good sauce. Pickle liquid. 1, 2, 3. A little bit of olive oil, some mustard, some salt, black pepper, and some smoked paprika. Just a little. All right. Oh, forgetting more herbs, of course. We're gonna do our dill, fresh dill, and I'm just gonna pluck it and drop it into the sauce. Before we assemble everything, I'm just gonna add some oregano to our sauce. Oregano. I'm gonna do a decent amount. Okay. We got our bowl full of vegetables. In goes our roasted potatoes. Roasted potatoes and our sauce. Now let's mix everything up. Ooh. I used a lot of greens in this. Time to taste. Big spoon. In Jesus' name. There you have it, folks. Crispy potato salad. I will see you in the next one. Peace.